It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams.
Starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
First play from scrimmage. Stafford trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. And they will score. It's a pick-6 for the Cardinals touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
Extra point good by Prater, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Cardinals 7, Rams nothing. Matt Prater to kick off.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. All
right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And they will score. It's a pick-6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Now Prater to add the PAT. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
And they'll accept that penalty.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Stafford here coming off his pick-6. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on, you're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he is going to have a Rams first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been spreading a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively, and it's 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 26. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On first down, Stafford here.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Stafford. Complete. And he lost the football. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
First carry for James Conner. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. The veteran Jamie Collins there on the tackle. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing now is Murray.
He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage, because he lines up on the right and runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space, because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
throw complete to McBride. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 32-yard line. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll stay on the ground with Conner again, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
He was taken down by Bobby Wagner. A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Cardinals.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Rams, nothing.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Murray a give. This is Conner. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line.
8 yards on the
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
2-yard line.
Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondale Moore with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cards take a 3-touchdown lead. Prater for the extra point, and it's now 21-0.
Next to score, Cardinals 31, Rams nothing. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the... On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked by Nick Vigil. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
Prater on to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Next to score, Cardinals 28, Rams nothing.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Their own 17-yard line.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line. Throwing after the interception. Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
Now it's Stafford.
And that one complete downfield to Kupp. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A big pickup of 38.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Cards are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And this will be swung out here for counter. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
He's a gain of 6. First down, Arizona.
Connor up the middle. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
That pass complete to Moore.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 22-yard line.
22 yards. And the Cardinal first down.
This is Connor running right, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. Wide open receiver complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Couple of Oklahoma teammates there. Murray to Brown for a Cardinal first.
They'll run here with Connor. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
At the 10-yard line.
Again, it'll be Connor. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
They'll try to surge ahead with Connor. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing again on second down. Stafford finding Harris on back-to-back plays.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
The 47-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stafford. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
Marcus Golden gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
He's going to air one out. Touchdown, Rams.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on the board, but now they broke it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
At the 35-yard line.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started.
And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Third quarter starts with a run from Conner. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again, it's Conner. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Got a man. It's McBride complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Cardinals.
From the gun, a give to Conner. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. From the 30 on 2nd down, Murray. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Conner. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And some nice running going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams' 15-yard line. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are out in the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. 4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. From the left hash, this from 34. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play action. Stafford. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Stafford now to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 109 yards rushing now for Connor and a 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. They have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Stafford. Akers, back-to-back catches. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Cards are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll toss this out right for Evans. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 36. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. From just shy of midfield, Stafford.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to him.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Stafford. Slant. That catch good for 8, but still, it's third and goal now. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
They'll look to run with Akers.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
It's his 12th rushing touchdown, his 14th overall. And the Rams get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now down to 20. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good.
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can